to do an opening. Okay, here we go. Hey y'all.
Welcome.
So I'm working on a new opening, FYI, y'all.
Mhm.
Wait till y'all see it because it's really really fab. But girl, yeah, it's just taking me a little bit more. It's just taking me a little bit of time. But what?
No problem. No problem.
Okay, okay.
Welcome,
It's gonna
everybody.
is it gonna have a theme song and everything, or
I'm trying to get it there. I'm trying to get it there. I'm gonna send you a rough draft of what it looks like so far, and you're gonna be like, okay.
okay, work out, me.
I'm gonna put my foot in
Well,
it a little bit.
welcome, everybody, to Transfusion, ending the confusion about transgender. That's what we try to do anyway. And this week, you'll be joining us to discuss aging gracefully as trans people. What does old age look like? The life expectancy for trans people used to be 35, but now, due to drug and disease intervention, due to rights, due to representation, due to now that we're more exposed, there's more exposure, we're starting to live into our old age. And what does that look like for trans women? Today, joining us is my sister Lachey, who's also celebrating her birthday.
Ooh,
Happy birthday!
Happy
you already
birthday.
know, honey. Another day, another dollar.
There you
Like
go.
fine wine, and still I rise.
And of course, Sister Chloe.
Hey.
So,
Yeah, and I guess Miss Pocahontas, she'll probably be here when she gets here. You
yeah,
know, I bet she
Pocahontas
got
will
them
slip on
kids.
in when she can.
She busy taking
Now,
care of them kids and children's.
I
Well,
picked this birthday because, me and you, we love to be, in our young groove. But bitch, me and you, we getting older, honey. We're getting older. And since today's your birthday, I wanted to talk about what that looks like because you made a good point when I brought it up about how we need to start looking at what our future looks like for that and stability and stuff. Because you see so many old people who are taken care of by their families who are not taken care of by their families. I've seen homeless old people, which really breaks my heart. But what does that look like for trans people?
Well,
mm,
a lot of times when it comes to this conversation, we're not even really in the mind space to even think about what that might look like because
Mhm.
we're so busy consumed with just the survival of today.
mm-hmm.
Yeah,
And I think that that's why it's a really relevant subject because, like you said, our life expectancy is, in general, people are living longer.
yeah,
Like people are on this planet longer and there's a lot more resources for the girls. So, we might want to start thinking about, okay, what's it going to look like? What is the girl that's in her young transition going to look like later in life?
right,
Mm-hmm.
right.
And I mean, that could look like anything. I mean, I think it's a really relevant topic, really, that affects almost everybody. I mean, at some point, we all are going to get to a point where we're going to need somebody to maybe like lean on,
Yeah.
right? And the sad thing about us,
Girl, I'm
a
already
lot of us
there,
don't have
bitch.
that. That
I'm already there. I'm already leaning on my mama. That's crazy.
a lot of us don't. I guess it's because of our lifestyles. Sometimes our family may not be there, or the family may have their own situations going on, so they may not be able to be there for you
Yeah.
in that way. So we have to think about it. um
I agree.
I mean, I know it's a kind of like a double-edged sword because here we are, we're trans people, we're liberated, we're living our best lives, but at the same time, there's so much more to do. There's so much more that we need to be working on before we can say, okay, I can start thinking about a home or retirement, right? So we're in
Mhm.
this weird place as trans people because we've got our foot in the door, but we necessarily aren't in a place where we can comfortably make those steps necessarily.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I think
And
the
I think,
problem is that most people don't genuinely believe that they're going to get old or make it to old age until they're actually there.
So they
And
don't
then it's,
prepare.
and then it's too late. We do live for today, because today is so fucked up and today is so hard to try and get through that we hyper focus on today without thinking what's going to
Tomorrow.
happen tomorrow, a couple of years down the line. What's going to happen when, diabetes kicks in, or when I get disabled, or hips stop working, knees stop working. You know what I'm saying? What's going to happen when I do become an old person? You know what I'm saying? And most of us don't have, like, for instance, we were talking about Pocahontas last week. She has babies. Those are babies you're feeding into. Those are babies you're raising up to. And those are the people that are going to love you and then in turn take care of you. Most of us don't have children of our own. We don't have another generation up under us to take care of us. A whole bunch of nieces and nephews coming up under us to take care of. We don't have that. So a lot of us may find that we are aging by ourselves, which is why a lot of times trans people pick their chosen families and try and keep them close and try, you know what I mean? So that they can have, and that's what I was telling you earlier, we need to make sure that we have like a golden girl situation where when we so old that we can, we just ready to chill, we can all do something together and not be alone. But
I like that though. Actually, I had never thought about it. It might actually come down to that at some point. That we might actually have to have our own backs, each other's backs, when it comes down to it. Just because, who's going to really relate? Being a trans person. I think about it like, okay, so 60, let's just say 60, 65, 70, right? You're trans. It's just different. Like when you're younger, I think people have a lot more sympathy and empathy for you, and they'll be there and they'll do these things. But like, because you have people are aesthetic. They're looking at your aesthetics, and like if they see a young person and they see the potential of a young person, they're a lot more willing to contribute and be there. But it's kind of worrisome that, okay, wow, I don't really have anybody. So you're right. At some point, we need to think about, okay, what's that going to look like? So I think what we're talking about is like making sure at a certain point in our life that we have community and that we are interacting with somebody or people that care about us. We're creating these relationships, hopefully, that will manifest themselves into something that will be more long term. And that's, I don't think a lot of people are thinking about, like when we think about like relationships and friendships, like, I don't know. Sometimes we look at people as just being disposable. We're not really like thinking about, well, is this going to be somebody that could maybe potentially be my friend for life? This has been my experience. And I think that's just with like, maybe with age, when you're at a certain point, when you're trying to find your own transition, you're trying to get your life together. It's kind of hard to be the best friend that you can be. I think for some girls, from my experience, I think because they're still trying to find their way, like I remember when I was younger, I probably wasn't the best friend. Probably wasn't. Like, not saying the best friend, but just in terms of how I just wasn't.
You could have been better.
Yeah, I could have been better, I think.
You know what? When I was younger, I was very much, and I've had to break out of that. I was very much a solo friend.
Yeah, I remember those days.
Get into it, y'all.
Oh, hey, you're here.
One friend at a time.
Girl, I thought you
really close to that one friend.
What you thought I was saying? Hey, y'all.
Hey.
Hey.
When you said here, I thought you meant here in the chat.
You see that?
You've been at the door all this time. I am so sorry, girl. We just been talking. No, girl, come on in here. Let me cut the lights on.
Did you change that to Golden Girls?
The Girls edition.
Hey, Jocelyn. That's my girl.
Girl.
Oh, you already know. We talked about it. Happy birthday! Yeah, it's the birthday, babe.
Poco's laughing in color.
Oh, I know. It's great. We're doing it again.
What you say? Her birthday was yesterday.
Yeah.
Oh, it was yesterday. I said she over there laughing in color.
It's a whole month. It's a whole month of this.
That's how it always goes.
Yeah. You already know Aries.
Boo, Sagittarius.
Yeah, you look good.
Thank you.
Aquarius. Hey, girl. Hey.
Hey.
Okay, cool.
Ladies.
I love you too. All right, bye.
Hey, y'all.
I was saying, let's be on the show, girl. And since you're here, you can you can tell us because we've already discussed, some of the things that we think about now that we're getting older and having to think about future stuff and how life is going to look in the future. We've already kind of got into that about us. What do you feel, Pocahontas, about
Getting old.
getting up because you're getting old?
Girl, who getting old? What do you speak of on
Oh,
this?
what is your game
Oh,
My
plan?
dear.
hold on. What you?
What
Oh,
do
where?
what do
Speak
you
for you.
speak on this live, my dear?
What happened? Speak for yourself, girl.
Baby, can you
Oh,
just
so we
explain
the
to
only
my
one
dear?
Asian over here? It's just us. It's
Oh, you
just
want
us.
to
Girl,
speak for
every single bitch is aging. Y'all ain't got no choice but to do that. So you getting
You know,
older.
what do I think about now that I'm older? I find myself thinking about my legacy and what do I want to leave behind when I'm gone, and what I want it to look like, and how I want my story to be told.
Mm.
That's something, and then what I'm leaving behind. I feel like I've been in the field and doing like community work for so long. I
Mm.
don't want to just be someone who just came through the community work and didn't leave. I feel like I need to leave my community something because my community raised me and my community has played a big part of my life. So I feel like not only just my community, but also like the children in my family and stuff. I want to leave my legacy behind, and I find myself thinking about like what is my legacy, and how do I make it great before it is my expiration date, and how do I, yeah, in life insurance, making
Yeah.
sure I leave money behind.
You know what? And that's completely opposite to the problems that we were having because, again, like I was saying earlier, Pocahontas has babies that will grow up and that she has something to leave behind. But because she was, if she ever gets to the age of like my grandmother, which I suspect most of us will, now that trans are living on, but will they have? Will we have those people
Mm-hmm.
that rally around us like they do my grandmother, like they, you know what I'm saying? Will we have that kind of community?
It's an echo.
Because a lot of us,
Oh, that's me. That's me with this. Okay, sorry. I didn't
So
know.
just mute this one.
Oh, mute this one. That's how you
But
do
if
that.
you mute it, then they won't be able to hear something.
It won't be here. Okay, so okay. Well, we were just trying to hear you louder. I had to put a speaker on, but it's okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
but
you make a good point. I mean, that's great that you have that, but a lot of the girls don't have that kind of thing. So before you came, we were talking about, maybe we have to have each other's backs.
Mm-hmm.
And it might be some kind
So
of
are we talking about left behind, or are we talking about what do we?
well, once we get to a certain point where you realize, okay, you're the oldest, and there's no kids, there's no one. We may not have that.
Mm-hmm.
So what we have is chosen family, sisterhood, and I think it goes back to
Think
us.
of like how you had like when Sally was in the nursing home and you was there checking up on her, making sure she was good and things like that. Like not everybody has that.
Yes, and I think that, and what I was going to say is, I think it comes back to, I mean, essentially being a good person, because when you're a good person, people will want to take care of you. They're going to want to be there. Like, you genuinely want to be there and take care of Sally. We all do. We're going to
Yeah.
take care of each other because we want to be there. But I think a lot of the girls aren't really thinking about, like, okay, I need to create these bonds and be a real friend and be a real person, because these might be the people that are going to be with me through life.
Mm-hmm.
Like Miko, I love that girl with all my heart. I never thought that we were going to be friends for 40, 30, 20, whatever this years this is. But it looks like we're going to ride this thing out. We're going to ride this thing all the way out.
well, but like I was saying earlier, I've always been a solo friend. My very first friend was Miss Pilar. I don't know how. Then it was Miss Brandy Fox. Nobody. I was just me and her. Then it was just me and Nicole for the longest. I've always found
Yo,
that person I connect to and just kind of
cling to that.
my friend, and everybody else was associates. And I'm trying to break myself out of that because I realized that I was isolating myself from a lot. Because then it was Peaches. It went from Nicole to Peaches, and it was just me and Peaches forever. And then it was just at one point it was just me and Shannon. It was
So it
just
sounds like you only know how to be a good friend to one person at a time.
it's the truth is I'm not very much a
You only
people
talk to
person.
Shay.
And all of us, we all talk.
And you know what? It's crazy because both of them are kind of like that, and I bring them out to the community. Because
Yeah.
they don't really be amongst a lot of people. It be me surrounding myself with a lot of folks, and I kind of almost press y'all to get outside.
Well, I've
'Cause
never seen. I used to say I always don't see Lachey come out. The only time I would ever see her come out was with Nunu back in the day. That's the only time I would see her
Yeah.
outside.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, well, for, a part of that is because, like we all have established, I am an older girl, and I don't know how many times y'all can go out.
You think?
I don't know how many times y'all can go out to the same places, but Mama can only do so much where it still keep it fresh. So, like, I was doing it with Nunu because being around Nunu, it did kind of like it
Brought the
brought the
back
youth
in
out
the
of me. Like,
joy.
one thing I liked about being around younger girls, now they may not, she may not have had like this deep input into the conversation, but with her, it was just like a relief of the world. We would talk about wigs and trade and love and hip hop and stuff that like it just pulled
Kept you
me out of it.
youthful.
So it was really good for me to have that kind of energy.
Because when you grow up, you get real serious.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
like bills start happening. You start thinking about aging and what you have in front of you, behind you, currently. You do get real serious, and you forget to sometimes just have fun.
Yes.
Like
That
live life, because
explains.
we stress so much about all these things we have going on. Sometimes we forget to like embrace and take that in, that all these accomplishments that we don't got and all this stuff. We have to make those moments to where we can take those things in. Because if not, we go out there and get hit by a car. We didn't get to enjoy none of the work that we did.
That's true. I mean,
Lachey, that explains why every time I would see you, it almost seemed like you was like it. I don't want to say it was like a pop concert, but it was like, bitch, okay, bitch, this my one time I'm going out this month, bitch. I'm finna put it all on, bitch. You know, and I'm finna wear it out, like, bitch, like, girl. And that's what it always seems like. It's like a party and a party, bitch. I was like, okay, bitch. Every time I see her, it's a party.
yeah, I mean, I felt like that was one thing. When you have another girl who appreciates you, we appreciate each other. Like I felt like we celebrate each other, and so we almost brought. And the same thing happens with all of y'all. Honestly, we bring the best out of each other. So that's all that was. But yeah, there's something. I think there's something to like creating a bond. That sisterhood, it needs to be authentic, and we need to realize that there may not be a lot of people. There may not. And that's one way to prepare for the future. But then also there's the financial.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of us, we spend, and it's not taking those shots, girl, but we spend all our money on like luxury items and hair, right? And we could
Girl, this is an old wig, Miss
and we could
Stein.
probably
Girl, I come in with my hair down to my ass, and she's
that's what I'm saying.
girl
We
swears to
could
do her.
we could probably do a pixie cut every now and then, just a little pixie cut, or even a shake and go.
Ain't nothing wrong with a pixie.
And then put that money that you saved into this fund for your future
For
that will
another
never
wig.
get touched.
No, you put it in the fund for another wig.
It is a true thing, because what we think about, we live fast and make money, and when we touch fast money, what happens when something like what happened to Sally happened, to where you ain't got no disability, you ain't putting no work in the SSI. You know what I'm saying? You ain't just really thought about like your plans. Like we live so much in today that we forget about what happens if we're not able to get up and work, or able to get up and turn a day, or what happens then.
Ooh, don't.
Really just
I don't want to think
thought.
about that day.
And the great thing about it is that, us being trans girls, even though we don't like it, we have ways that we can make money extra, instead of like letting these people just come into our lives taken from us. We should demand that they contribute to us, right? If they love us so much, contribute to what we're doing, and then we can take that money and put it up. And I think that that's one of the perks of being a trans woman, because we live in the femininity of it all. We can move that way and demand that these people put something up on the table for us so we can take care of ourselves.
Yeah, but we all different people. What works for one girl might not always work for the next girl,
Yeah.
And just like a girl might like the way, you look, or you present yourself. You got your own. This is a safe space, a quiet space, the right area, and everything. That's not for every girl out there. So that's not always realistic. That's not really just.
Yeah, Poker stay on the other side of the world, so but she's not getting the same people we seeing, girl. No shade.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to see one day a month.
Yeah. Well, I think what we're talking about, though, it sounds like
They're not driving out there to her.
Well, I'm just like, I think what we're talking about is just like how we were saying the money will kind of go through our fingers, will go through our hands. We spend a lot of money on different things, various things, and we could probably curtail I'm not saying a lot of it, because it doesn't take a lot. Like if you put like maybe $20, $50 up, every week, that will
Well,
amass to a large amount of money at the end of a month or a year. We have to have some kind of plan as trans women for what's going to inevitably happen. Either it's going to be death, or you're going to end up, in a position where you're looking for other people to help.
Lachey, well, little birdie told me that you are pretty well off and that you ain't got nothing to worry about. That your bank account got a lot of zeros in it. So,
Sister, at a certain point, I realized, okay, I started doing some math. Like, okay, look,
Aging.
it's 365 days in a year,
move
and if I just put up $100,
$100.
$100 a day. If I put up $100 every day, that's $36,000, right?
I couldn't do it.
$36,000 just out putting up 100, right?
Yeah, that's true.
Yes.
Yeah, wait a minute.
Right. And if you put
Damn.
if you put up $300 a day,
That's
you
too
would've
much.
made
Now, bitch, you're crazy.
$120 at the end of the $120,000
But
at the
that's
end of the year.
but that's considering people are making more than $300.
No. And that's what I'm saying. You don't take no for an answer. You take those. You do that FaceTime call. You put it together. You make sure you put your 100 up every day. We as trans women have this ability to manifest money because these people are honestly they're so obsessed with us. That's an opportunity to monopolize.
Yeah, but not every.
I'm gonna set a goal for myself: $10 a day.
Person is involved in working for sex.
I won't say sex work, but
anything like that.
Hold
Who's realistic? Who like a normal trans woman like myself who works a 9 to 5?
Yes.
Well,
So what? We not normal?
How no? No, I'm just saying. Like,
Did you say that?
The non-normal girl.
Well, I'm just saying like someone who works on a
The
job.
average
Girl.
Average Joe.
How do we not making no $100?
I hear what you're saying, and I'm not saying be an escort. What I'm saying is the people that are in our lives, don't just have them taken from you. If they're going to be there, let them contribute something. That's just equal exchange to me. It doesn't mean that I'm selling myself. It means you're taking energy from me. Give me something. You're using me for your entertainment, for your purposes. This isn't mutual. So yeah, I feel like they should be able to contribute, and that little money, maybe we put some of it up. We need to start thinking about our future.
It's not like you're talking about sex work.
I'm not. Let me tell you something. There's some clients. There's some people that'll come in. They just want you to change costumes and see you dressed up. They may not want you to have sex.
We are talking about sex work.
It may not be sex though, sis. Or
I don't have a lot of sex.
I
actually don't have a lot of sex.
Is it sex if I sit on the phone and I'm like, "Hey, baby," like, and they send money to my account? Like, there's different ways a trans woman. These men. There's a guy for every girl. Every girl can do the same thing.
No shade. I made $60 today off a YouTube video. I was up there on my friend's panel, and they sent me $60 on Cash App for nothing.
Yes, Cash App for nothing.
Again, it seems like we're talking about as if all trans women are sex workers, or what's the word you want me to use?
No, and I don't.
Verified service providers.
I feel like
verified service providers.
I feel like us as
I got a tax write-off. I got it as a tax write-off, bitch. I can write you off.
What?
Verified. It's called verified. It's called verified service providers.
Why? There's ways that I just feel like
I got a 401k.
We have to figure this out. And what we're talking about is how are we going to prepare for this? Where is the money going? Where is it coming from? I know that at a certain point, I realized that these dudes, they're so thirsty for everything. They will pay you for pictures. They'll pay you for everything, for a conversation. They will pay you to text.
Yes, they will.
So, with that being said, maybe we should use that as an opportunity. If we do the math and we realize, I have this potential. If I put up 100 or 200, if I can actually establish my own future. Because that's what I did. I set myself a daily quota, and I got that from having a typical job. Like a regular job, they have quotas. Like when you do telesales or sales, they want you to make a certain amount. They want you to get your quota every day. And so if you make your quota, your daily quota, your bank account will swell up. You stay focused on like every day, I'm going to make sure I get this 100. Every single day. I don't care what it is, who it is, how, I'm going to get this 100 and put it up.
And when you're not staying in a hotel every day and paying a daily room, and you're actually able to stack up and stuff,
like
it's different.
Your story is different from a lot of other trans women.
Sister, Mama, I want y'all to know, I was homeless. I had a crackhead boyfriend that used to drag me by my weave up the stairs.
Oh my God.
Sister, I have been in these streets. I got kicked out of like every friend's house. Every friend I had would kick me out of their house. I had one pair of shoes and one outfit, sis, and my hair in a bandana, girl, like with a track around it, girl. Like I had a lot of bad. It's from living that life that brought me here.
I tell people that all the time.
Mm-hmm.
It's like you get
We just
tired.
talked about this, remember?
We did, yeah. We were talking. It'll push you. It pushes you, and I just feel like we need to. And that's what I'm talking about. I'm not saying that we should all be doing sex work, but to realize that you're valuable. Because I remember when I was younger, God, I wish somebody had told me how valuable I was. Somebody had told me, girl, you're younger. You could charge more because you're young and tight and fresh. Yes, you
It
can.
just seems like it's just talking about sex work. I'm with you and I'm keeping up with what you're saying, but it's to even like even just it just seems like it's going. And when I'm thinking about getting older and stuff, eventually you age out of there. But what I'm also thinking about is when like girls that don't make $100 a day,
Me and
sometimes
Miko, we in there for the long run.
$100. It's not like just
Mhm.
our trans women are. We got so many trans women that work at the grocery store. Those people don't touch $100. That's not realistic for them. So what
Okay,
are
so
other
$10
trans
goal, $10 a day.
Okay, right, right,
anything
right, right.
anything right? Yeah. So anything, but I mean, I get what you're saying. Like just be
Even
putting
the even the,
aside.
even the $10 $10 will add up.
Mm-hmm.
Even it will. So I
Eventually,
think
it's
And
that's
gonna
what we're
I
take
talking about.
longer.
Just
and I think
having
more importantly than that, because nowadays cash will get you some things, but cash won't get you everything. And especially with as expensive as shit is getting, and by the time we get old, ain't no telling what's gonna be going on. What you want to make sure is like Pocahontas was saying, you got some kind of SSI set up, you got all your insurances in order, you got some life plans, you got them things set up so that when you get to that age, you're not flailing around 87 years old working at the checkout in Walmart because you still got to, you know what I'm saying? You still got to figure out a way to pay for an apartment that you can barely walk the stairs up because you ain't got nobody in your life.
But it's so hard because we don't really have access to the things that everybody else have access to. So a lot of the times when it comes to jobs and different stuff like that, like they've been able to invest into a 401k or they've been able to just live a normal life to where I keep saying normal, that ain't the word. But just to live a binary life that allows you to be able to do all these different things. We don't really, that's not really realistic for us because we spend so much of our younger years being in survival mode, you know, from
Hmm.
dealing with like all the different barriers that, all the different barriers that we face and all the different obstacles that allows us to live a natural, normal life. We
Hmm.
be so much, we be dealing so strong, we be fighting so hard in those survival moments that when we do get up in age and we do realize, oh, maybe if we would have saved, just imagine if you would have been taught that or you would have been doing that when you was like 18, where would you be now?
Well,
And
you
we
want to
would
know
just,
something, Poker? When I was coming out, I remember coming out, and I was probably like 16, 17 when I first hit the scene. And I came up under Loretta. And it was the whole gang of us that stayed at Loretta house.
Mhm.
And she was my granny. And just going through, I probably stayed with Loretta probably about 3 or maybe 4 years of my life. And even that whole experience was it sticks out to me because I know that like if Loretta ever needs me, I'm definitely there. I definitely will be there in the drop of a dime. And I know the rest of like my cousins and stuff like that, they would too. Uh, and I think I kind of tried to mimic that as well. Me growing up, I tried to create a space where my kids and my grandkids could have a space to be able to come to if they ever needed it, if they ever were out and didn't have nowhere to go. If their parents turned their back on them, I always had somewhere to open the door for them to go to. So I think that like even in that, I mean, I guess I'm kind of positioning myself to be okay. Hopefully.
I, I, I think you are such an amazing person.
Oh, girl.
But you know what? And I'm too a person who is one like Loretta that had a house full of kids and everything. But as I'm starting to get older and realizing how much I done sacrificed, how much I done invested, how much I done put them before me. When you start getting older and you're not the it girl or you're not the person that's bringing out attention to the space anymore or to people's life and stuff, a lot of times people forget about you.
Wow.
Wow.
And even like those, like even like I hang around my poker bracelet now, but even when we get around, it's just like a big party. It's not like when shit gets real, like me having to move out of a house because the air conditioning was out for a whole month and needing somebody to help me move my furniture and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I can call not one of my kids.
Could you not call them because you didn't want to call them, or because
No,
you
I
just didn't have
called a few
nobody?
of them. I posted in our group and everything. I could tell everybody was so available, but I can't. I can probably count on my hand the number of kids that have not stayed with me, that I have not taken care of.
But
But
in
let me
fact,
tell
you
you,
moved on the weekend. It
but
was
let
like
me tell you what will
No,
happen
I moved for
now.
like 2 weeks.
it was like oh yeah,
I had a two
yeah, it
weeks.
was
I had a
2 weeks.
long move. It
Let
wasn't
me
just
tell
an overnight
let me tell
move.
you what
That
will
was a
happen
Saturday
now.
though. You couldn't get nobody.
In the midst of that, my leg, you remember my leg and stuff was hurt. I didn't really, and I just kept thinking about it and playing in my head. So although I'm not saying like fuck them or nothing like that, but just be mindful how much you put into them because when it's time for them to grow and stuff, and I think about all those kids like the juices and stuff. I talk to Reed and all that different type of stuff and the new news and stuff. When those kids get on, they gonna move on with their life, and you've been done lost so much of your life investing in trying to uplift them.
I get what you're saying.
So think about that, and when you get aging and stuff, like the reason why I was so true to Sally, I'm not Sally's only child, and even Sally, when she was younger, she had a house full of folks.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
You got me, Shannon, and Monique, and me, Shannon, and Monique that would go by there and check on Sally while she was up in that thing, and we didn't do it as regularly as we should have, but that's not really normal because you got people that were like Auntie what's my girl name? Damn, I can't think of my name. That was in the nursing home with her. That worked the front door at the brick. Uh,
Oh, Kelly.
Jasmine Kelly.
Jasmine Kelly. Yeah.
You know, you had someone like her. If I would never been up there going to go see Sally, she probably wouldn't have had no visits.
Mm.
And you know, everybody loved her while she was at the door and buying drinks and stuff when she was doing karaoke and stuff.
I
She
never
was a
knew
popular
she was
girl.
in the nursing home.
When she wasn't bringing the life to these people, they kind of grow old. And as age, the older I get, I'm realizing that the people are that are around me now are the people that's supposed to be around with, and make sure that I continue to have healthy relationships with those people that I know ain't going nowhere.
Mm-hmm.
Because a lot of these people
Yeah.
just be passing through, and I spent a lot of years trying to fight for those relationships and getting mad and holding grudges and stuff. But I had to realize that a lot of times, a lot of people are in survival like I once was, and
Yeah.
you have to allow these people to pass through.
Some people are seasonal. Not everybody's meant to be like here for the long run. No shade.
But
Hmm.
you know what? I think that's the reason why when I found me one, I would attach myself to one because even if with the exception of Nicole, all the girls that I mentioned that I'm still friends with and I still love them.
Hmm.
So because I focused on that one person, we built that one relationship instead of me trying to have a million relationships, trying to figure out a different million different people. Even Patrice, at me at one point, it was me and Patrice. And me and her still keep in contact, and she live in Utah or wherever the fuck she be moving to. Anyway, I love these
How's your
people. I
phone go?
keep up with them through their life. I'm just not somebody who likes to keep a whole bunch of people around me
This
at
one
once.
piece
I'm
of
not a
candy
people
line?
person like that. So I'd be scared. And that's why I was saying it should my imagining is getting old is not having a bunch of little kids to have to rely on, a bunch of little people that I thought I took care of. No, to have a golden girl situation where me and my sister sitting up chilling and take care of each other. And we, you know what I'm saying? We know we old, we do our thing, but we all chilling and working together.
Mm-hmm. Miko, I got a question. So, would
Yeah.
you consider yourself a girl's girl?
Yes.
Because I keep hearing all these girls names. I'm like, bitch, you have a whole bunch of homegirls.
I my only friends are girls. I don't
Oh,
believe that men can really be platonic friends with me. I've tried it, but I don't think that they can really be platonic friends with me if I don't entertain them.
oh, I get what you're
Unless
saying.
unless they're unless they're extremely gay.
Hey,
In which
Island
case
Browning.
when they're gay, then that's not really an issue. But men, just straight up men, I can't be platonic friends with them. I am friends with girls though, and that's one reason why I don't like
Just
talk about boyfriends and get into all that kind of
mhm.
issue and all that. And I keep my men to myself because I'm a private person and I don't want nobody mess with my man either. And I have my own little collection, so I just stay, being best friends with Nicole taught me that even sisters can fuck over you. So
Yeah.
I was like, okay, well, but every other sister I have, I still have. I'm
Hmm.
still cool with Nicole, still love Pilar. If Peaches was here, me and her still be rocking. Still love Patrice, still love Shannon, still love Lachey, still love y'all, Pocahontas. I still love, the people who were there. I still love Sally. Hell, me and Sally was kicking it at one time.
Mm. Hmm. Yeah. All
Just not
right.
a young tranny, but me and her was out sucking dick together and stuff.
Oh my God.
So, yeah.
That is hilarious.
We were sucking dick together yesterday.
I can't
I
imagine
know.
sucking dick with Granny Sally.
Oh, she got the.
Sally
She
is
ain't play.
fucking
She
fool.
is interesting. I know that is
Sally
so
is
creepy,
fucking fool. Sally is
but she
Oh,
is a. Watching her suck dick is like comedy.
oh my God. I cannot
I
imagine
mean,
watching Sally suck dick.
to
That's
watch
Oh
her
crazy.
my
do it.
god, Mama, I'm sorry if you watching this, but it is so funny to me. I okay, Poker, shut up. Bitch, just shut
You
up.
want to know Sally is the first person?
Sally suck dick like I got a video. Sally suck dick like this. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Girls, Coca. Sally is the first person that ever put me up in it. She's the first person to ever paint my face.
Bitch,
She's the
uh,
very
I got
first.
to tell you, me and Sally went to the movies. This was probably about 25 years ago. Me and Sally went to the movies. We
To the
rented
movie house or to the movies?
to the movie theater. We
Oh,
went to the movie theater. And it was off of Spring Valley or somewhere. And Mama came in her them stacks she used to perform in where she drop it low and she be in the tall ass stacks, but then she'd get down and start doing her little thing. She wore them tall ass stacks. Bitch, when I say mama was when we left that movie theater, we ran into Trey. Trey took us where he take us was it his head because he lived somewhere like around the corner. It was that dark little apartment or whatever, but we went up in there.
Mama be getting a trade.
And baby, when I say mama have in them stacks,
I'm dying.
she did that squat thing. She did bitch. And
Baby, yesterday she kicked them. She told Trey, she said, "Hold on, these boots uncomfortable." She took the
I
motherfucking boots
said,
off.
oh,
I said,
bitch.
Mama, you gonna take off the boots? She said, yeah. She said, girl, these boots uncomfortable. I can't get on my knees on the boots. I said, Mom, your leg gonna be all right. She said, well,
Lord.
Trey, baby, help me up. I said, help her, me. Help her up.
Sally
Baby,
was
she
a
came out that
fucking
living room,
fool.
that bedroom with them boots off and put that walker to the side and got on her knees. I said, Mama. She said, huh. Bitch, she gonna.
Sally is a fucking fool.
That's my heart. And I learned so much about everything with her and my mom, Fantasia, Miko. It's crazy. And I think these were like these big relationships, like being friendly and having friends outside of just like 4 or 5. You learn so much about yourself that you never knew. I think so.
Mhm.
Everybody I'll be around teach me something different about myself.
Okay. Well, I guess that's why it's good to have different
Mhm.
people to bring out different
Mhm.
aspects. They say
Yeah.
that friends are a mirror of each other. We mirror each other.
We're nothing alike.
Well, I don't know, girl. I mean, you are pretty fabulous. I think we are kind of alike.
You don't say. You don't say.
Mhm.
Nah, but I think with aging and stuff now, the thing I think about a lot about aging is dying alone.
Oh.
And I have kids and everything, but like I said, I done been through like the having gay kids and stuff like that. And I do know after a certain age, they do have to go and
But
live
you
their
have real
life. It's
kids, right?
true.
You have
Yeah, but I
real
think
kids. You can bring
even
them.
with that, they gonna go off and live their life. I gotta live
Yeah,
my
but they
best.
still gonna remember their mama. They're not gonna just go off and live. I mean, you ain't just go off and leave your mama. Neither did your sister. They not gonna go off and just leave their mama. You are their mother, and they will be
After a
all.
while. They're gonna be available when they are available.
Dallas is not gonna want to be baby for the rest of his life. He's gonna want to,
Dallas
he
don't want to
gonna
be baby now. Please,
He
see
gonna be
Dallas will fight for you.
he
Please.
gonna be a
Okay,
successful
okay.
motherfucker that's
who
gonna take
It's gonna
care
be
of you.
Dallas.
Watch.
It's gonna be Dallas.
He's gonna be a
It's
successful
gonna be
motherfucker that's gonna take care of you. Watch.
Dallas don't see nothing but you. You know that.
He gonna be
Like
successful.
he got his blinders on. But
And
yeah, I mean that's
and
perfect
you
time.
got mama's boy. And he's gonna
But
be all over you.
Dallas gonna get old and get some of that cat.
he gonna get a girlfriend and gonna be. I'm not saying he got to get a girlfriend and then he gonna forget about Pucker.
No, he ain't. He just gonna have Poker with a whole bunch of grandchildren at her.
And that's
Mhm.
I would have loved to have Auntie Donna on his phone because she also raised kids and got older and I don't know
She
like what they
raised two
relate.
sets, didn't she?
Yes, she
Yeah,
did.
she
Yes,
got
she did.
twins. She raised twin boys and a girl.
And the wait, the girls. I mean, wasn't the second set? It was her kids, right?
Now she got she's a great grandmother and a grandmother. Oh wow.
Oh wow.
So they just welcomed a new baby to the family. Congratulations, Auntie Donna, if
Mm.
you're
Oh,
watching.
congrats.
Congratulations.
I love
And
meeting
that's
her. When I tell you that lady is so inspirational. I just hope I make it to be that old.
I
I
love my OG.
I
Yeah.
only hope I make it to be that age. The
And be
only
happy.
the,
And be
right
happy.
and be happy. The only good
And
thing about making it
happy
to that
and
And
age is
healthy.
healthy. Happy and healthy. You're right.
happy and
Yeah.
healthy. Because
And
Donna is
mobile.
happy, healthy, and she's got family that she raised, people that she's invested to that are now invested in her,
And she's still
and
getting the
people who
trade. No shade.
and still getting the trade.
Baby,
But
the
yeah,
stories,
but she
everything.
but she's doing old age how I would want to do old age. I
If I
want
was,
to
yeah,
have
if
a
I make it
family
that far,
around me.
yeah.
I want to have a family around me. I want to have, everything set up to where there's still constant love there. You got that, Pocahontas, because I don't care what you say. Them kids are not leaving you, and they're gonna have a whole bunch of grandchildren that you also gonna have
Lamar?
surrounding you.
Oh no, I'm not having no, baby, no.
Yeah, they
That's
are.
not what we're doing.
Yeah, they
That's
are.
not what we're doing.
I bet.
No,
What you
no,
want to bet?
no. Therefore, you don't think you gonna kids? Baby, after this fall, y'all start having kids, honey. Y'all better go save the baby daddy mama. Oh, baby mama, look, we ain't doing no kids, honey. This is it for me. You gonna
Oh,
say
this
that to the
this a
kids
wrap.
tonight? You see them? Yeah.
You gonna say that till
I
they
said,
come out the womb?
I said that to Shay about Dallas too.
I have to say you gonna feel that way until you see them. Then you're gonna be all
Until you
over.
see them kid, once you see that baby, you're
Right.
gonna be like, leave them here.
Look at my grandbabies.
Uh-huh. It's a
Mm.
whole nother feeling. No shade.
Hell no. Yeah.
Could
Now,
you so question, like when you was growing up, I'm sure you didn't imagine yourself having four kids that you was gonna like I'm sure like that you didn't see that to be in your cards. And
Bitch, I
now
see myself having 18 kids if I could have got pregnant.
girl,
oh
shut
girl, that's a lot of babies. Never mind.
I want
girl.
kids. To
That's too much.
everybody in the neighborhood was my child. I
Right.
have always, even as a kid, when I was 5 and 6 and 7 years, bitch, I wanted to be mama.
Ah,
Well, you manifested that.
yeah, you got that.
I have always played the role of a mother my whole life. Even when my little brother and sister was first born and stuff, I used to always joke with them and be like, I'm y'all real mama. I'm y'all real mama. And when they got older, I still took care of them. Like, but my mom was a great mother, so I didn't really have to do much. But any
Mm.
opportunity I got to follow her
To
lead
step
or to
in. Yeah.
like, but I did. Shay was older than you, wasn't she? I'm the oldest. I thought she was older. Sean is older than me, but she my stepsister. Okay. I'm the oldest out of my mama kids. That makes sense. She grew up to be mama punk. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's just one of those things. It seems like we just need to, just like with our health. I mean, you want to consider it early. That way, it could go the way we want it to go. We want to think about exercising and maybe um, watching our diet as we get older, maybe supplementing, and, just doing things that might, help us later on in life. And that's what we're talking about. Just making little steps.
I feel like
Yeah.
my time is running out
Mine too, girl. I'm right here behind you, girl.
because
And
I only have so long to make the decision of whether or not I'm gonna get this thing cut off,
Ooh.
and because I still have I don't know, it may be irrational. I still don't want to find myself old in a nursing home with
And you
tears.
think chopping that off is gonna keep you out of a nursing home?
No, I don't want to find
Oh,
myself in a nursing home with titties and a dick.
oh,
I don't want,
let's
if
go.
I end up old in a nursing home, I want to come off like the rest of them females in there.
Because
Okay.
something we don't talk about is what they experience, how when you are getting older and you living in a nursing home, and what your experience is.
Right. Is it
You got to
abusive?
think
Them
about,
folk have to bathe you. Them people have to see
yes,
you naked and all that. I don't be a girl. That's one thing I don't want or don't need. I don't want to be sitting up in there that some motherfucker who's creeped out by my body got to do, you know what I'm saying? Got to wash
Yeah.
and
me and bathe me.
let alone Trump make a wild her to where people can decline us getting service and stuff.
Yeah,
And what happens when nobody wants to take care of us, or
Yeah.
they can turn us away?
that
Yeah.
would suck.
Especially with it in this day and age, just with them trying to cancel our existence or whatever. I can only imagine, girl. Donald Trump in 20 years, they'll be talking about, oh, y'all could just kill the trannies off at that point. You know what I'm saying? Like, girl, no. Yeah.
I'm
Yeah, we're
saying.
growing. But one thing I will say though, from my experience, I see ours growing. There are so many girls now, like, and it wasn't like that.
Everybody want to be a
Nico,
girl. All the boys are
Nico,
girls.
But you know what
who's that?
though? It only takes 5 years or less for these girls to realize whether this is something they really want to do. You see a lot of them popping up in it. You see a lot of them are fresh new ones, but you have to realize there was a lot of girls who popped up in it when we was doing who ain't doing it today. Why?
Right. They go back.
That-
They resort back. Yeah.
because that distinguishes which girls are really the girls and which girls are trending.
Some people be doing it for the trend. Some people do it because, oh, it's what's hot, or what's current or whatever, and they only do it for the moment. And then some girls get in and get out. It really just depends.
Right.
And
So it ain't no
my
whole
mother
lot of
Fantasia told
it.
me that she got titties and all this stuff. It was for pageantry, and she didn't want to be a girl. It just was easier for her to get her body altered, so that when she did her gowns and stuff like that, it was a business.
She took it seriously, and she did that to enhance her profession. That makes sense. I mean, there's different reasons.
And you know what? There are a lot of
There's
girls
a
who did
spectrum
that.
of reasons why we're girls, and I guess my point was that we're a growing community, regardless of who and what, and that's something to be reckoned with. We're not going anywhere, and you can say you're going to kill us all, but what about the new girls that are being born? Being trans is inherent. It is biological. So
But
you
they're
Mhm.
can't
making it
decide ourselves
harder.
for
They're making it
cancelers.
harder.
And so it's fine. You know, when it seems like we're going to have a reckoning at some point. There needs to be a civil rights movement for trans people where we demand our rights and we demand, like, if it comes down to them versus us, then we're going to have to stand up, right?
Look, I thought we were having that when
But
when it
You
was
know,
the
I went to the
whole
White
little
House.
save the black trans movement thing. I thought we kind of was touching on that a little bit. That's what
we
I
go
was.
in those spaces, and when we go in those spaces, when we finally get allowed to be in those spaces, they look at us as poor black trans women. They don't put us in these seats or allow us in spaces where we become policy change people that change policies and be able to make the real decisions. They look at us poor little black trans woman. Let's give her an opportunity.
Well, the
Let's
problem,
see what you
the
got to
Well,
say.
problem
don't
is,
isn't there a lady that isn't Mariah Moore? Isn't she one of them ladies that's like that some type of in one of them in them spaces? Like she's eh, what is she?
New
A
Orleans.
councilwoman or something? Yeah.
Not sure. I don't think she's a councilwoman. I just was on the phone with her a while ago too. Well, yesterday. I
Uh,
don't think she's a councilwoman, but I do know she something. But it's not like
oh, I thought it was
what
like
she.
in them spaces. I don't know.
I don't think it's like that.
Okay, my bad. But I mean, I don't think that it's impossible. I definitely feel like it it's a barrier that needs to be broken down, but I don't feel like it's impossible.
I don't think so neither. But I think a lot of people do a lot of gatekeeping. And also, the way you move is based off of who you know and who you connected to too.
Right. And I think that like in something like that where you're talking about like being seen by the government or something like that, like it would have to be a girl with no record, ain't never escorted, ain't never done nothing wrong in life, that's life just went picture perfect their whole life, and
That
have
knocks so many of us out.
but
yeah.
there's
So
No, baby,
Well,
they're not
we're
like
a
that.
huge community. There's a lot of girls that are like, we're growing. Look at Dwayne Wade's daughter or Magic
This
Johnson's daughter. there are girls that
Hold
There
on.
are girls that
we're all over the
got in
place.
Hold
without
on.
any problems. You're right.
Magic
Right.
Johnson has a son who is
Oh,
not trans, nor does he claim to be trans. He is a
Oh.
femme boy.
Well, I
well,
think
And that's shade because
I think she's on the spec. I think we'll
she's on the
respect him and
spectrum.
call him, but that falls somewhere on the spectrum as well.
I just
I
hate that
believe
he
that
shows us the
I
way he do,
believe
and every
she's
time he
the
does something,
second.
they attack the trans people behind it.
Like, right. When
I
he
believe
doesn't
she was one of them rich ones who just felt like she didn't have to go all the way because she got money and she can just be her. And why change anything? I can just be me and do that. I think that's where her mentality is. Because I think she's a girl, but she
I
don't.
think I probably would have been an EJ Johnson too. If I could be an EJ and not have to get anybody, I did this because I wanted to pass and succeed. But it wasn't
But
necessarily
when you're born into success, you don't have to succeed. Yeah.
you don't have to, yeah. So I think that's their journey. And hopefully at some point EJ will recognize who they are and realize that maybe they need to become a part of this movement and that they do have a voice. We don't know
I
what the future
agree.
may hold. We don't
I
know what
agree.
the future may hold. Um,
It's sad that it takes somebody like them to be able to stand in the paint for us, though. Because I mean, we should be able to
This
do it. No
But when
shade.
they do get the opportunity to do it, they don't do it.
Yeah.
just to pause in the topic for a moment for a current event. What do y'all think about Caitlyn Jenner?
Oh,
Says
I was gonna bring her up, but I didn't want to do it.
she
I
I
thought you
can't.
were gonna. I thought you were
she
gonna talk about the what was her name, Christy Nome, who her husband was playing in
with the
prosthetics.
titty
Yeah,
and her husband was a
we
cross
never
dresser.
addressed that.
But you know what?
What?
Most of the Christy Nome, the bitch that was working in the White House that talked cash shit about the gays, the immigrants, she talked shit. I mean, that bitch was ignorant, but she sounded just like Donald Trump, and she said all the shit he's. But anyway, she was definitely against the gays and against trans folk and against women using women's restroom. Turns out her husband
It's a
has
cross reference.
is a cross-dresser who has a titty plate and gets online and does seductive things for men, I guess.
Oh, that's crazy. Well, that's why she hates us.
And right, that's why I said that's most of the women that hate us because they married
No,
to it.
and that is a real thing. I've came to realize that like any woman, any cisgender woman that really just can't stand the gays or the oh hold on, everybody has a question. But any cisgender woman that really can't stand the gays, it's something behind that. And I want to tip. And 9 times out of 10, I say that they was either cheated on by their husband or they found out that somebody that they was dating was fooling with one of us, and that's why they just can't stand us. No shade. But
That be
I'm
what it is.
That be some of it, but a lot of women feel like that the trans women are trying to erase their existence.
Okay.
okay. She
Now
said, what she said?
that's where we get to Caitlyn Jenner. Now
Have you
Caitlyn,
all had experiences or friends that are white and trans? How would you say their experiences are? Well, I'm white
Damn.
and I'm trans, so yes, they have.
hold on a second.
No.
Caitlyn Jenner, who is white and trans, but has always been transphobic. She's an ignorant bitch. Anyway,
Sit down.
she recently has come out to say that she is a hypocrite for having accepted the Woman of the Year award all those years. She says she is a hypocrite. She shouldn't have done that.
Who
Oh,
said that?
I got some tea about that. Okay, so when she accepted the Woman of the Year award, I had a client who ran ESPN that year. He was like the guy that ran ESPN,
Oh, just use Muslim,
and
why don't you?
he chose her. It's just interesting that like he chose her to be the Woman of the Year, and he's like this like huge tranny chaser. So it's just kind of interesting how that all played out.
I
I saw
believe
him.
that.
You know how I knew it was him? I was watching the war show. They panned to him clapping in the audience. I was like, that's my freaking client. That's just funny that he picked a trans woman to be the Woman of the Year, but
But it
he's a client, so they look at us as women. They see us as women, so that's probably why he did that because he's like, well, this is a great opportunity for me to bring a trans person in.
Well,
the thing is, he put a big target on our back doing that.
he actually did.
Because there
Why do you
are
say
a
that?
lot of trans women he could have chose. There are a lot of females who deserve that. I mean, that year there were a lot of females who actually did deserve that. But if you're going to put a trans woman in there, there were plenty of trans women who were actually doing work that could have gotten that award. that, you know what I'm saying? But you put her in there because she had just transitioned that year.
Because she's
And,
white.
and you put her in there because she's rich and white and she used to be an Olympic medalist and this is such a she's so brave for coming out. No, there have been people who have been coming out for years fighting the real battle, getting beat up and without all that privilege she got, that could have won that award and have been doing big things. But the fact that the trans people, I think, were mad that they picked her 1-year-old ass, and then women were pissed off that they picked Bruce Jenner. But now she's coming out and saying she was a hypocrite for accepting it.
Oh wow.
Hello?
Yeah.
Why can I can't see myself? You see me on here?
We see you.
You can see me?
Oh no, I don't see you.
Your camera ain't up here.
Hold on. Oh.
They kicked
Yeah.
me off. I had to come back in.
Hold on. I wasn't looking at my phone. My bad.
What the comments say?
Experiences with white girls? Okay, my experience, I got a lot of white friends.
Oh yeah.
And it can go like any direction. Like they could be broke, or rich, but they all kind of get whatever they want.
I haven't had too many experiences besides me with white trans women.
Let me tell you the experiences I've had with trans women. White trans women. Not all, but some. I don't know if y'all remember the girls you remember Miss Naomi and this other little girl that used to hang around with her, Ashley or somebody, and then
Danielle.
Naomi and Ashley.
Okay, and so back in the day, when they first young and they first coming out, they hang around the black girls. They be around the black girls and they kind of talk like them and kind of have that kind of and be all about the black dick and all that stuff. Then they evolve into whatever they're becoming.
They go back to the white scene to try to get the money.
No, it ain't even that. It's that whole attitude about everything changes. This thing, me and Naomi are on each other's friends list, but we don't chat much because of her opinions about Trump.
Oh wow!
And she's a Republican, and how she be thinking and shit like that. And I be thinking, girl, are you slow? This ain't even got nothing to do with this is about your transitioning ass. He's trying to get rid of that. The way they start thinking, they all kind of do get conservative because they're allowed to, especially if they're trying to be them girls that blend and trying to be, live in the binary world. You
have to think about where they come from and the type of and what they've been raised around.
You're right.
That's it's how they grew up.
Their moms and dads are probably white Republican bigots that only know that way.
That's what I feel. I feel like they go back to their roots when they become the women they want to be.
She said, so would you say they have an easier time in society? Somebody has to mute on over there. Just curious how race plays in the LGBT community. Well, let me say this. So I feel like because I've been a part. Well, I can't really say I've been a part of both, but I've been more prevalent in the black gay community. But I've spent a couple hours over there with the white folks, and what I would say is that the experiences are completely different. Going to S4 and being at the Brick or at Marty's, completely different experiences, completely different people, completely different atmosphere. Everything is different. When I go to the white side of things, I kind of feel like I don't belong. I don't blend in. I feel out of place. Yeah, I feel out of place when I go over there.
I don't know, because I never do. Like, I feel like I'm right at home anywhere I go. I go to Mexican clubs, black clubs.
That's one thing clubs. You do.
I go to all the clubs because I make it a point. Like, first of all,
you said what?
You're not gonna limit me to one experience. Like, that I have to only have the black experience as a trans woman. I'm gonna have some white friends and some Latin friends. Like,
are you talking
with all of them?
I can't hear you.
Yeah.
You can't hear me?
Oh. I can hear you, but she can't.
But yeah, it goes back to where does the girl come from? What kind of girl is she? And I have seen the girls, like you said.
Tell her to drop and come back up.
Start off one way and kind of end up real posh.
She said drop and come back up.
Okay. Drop.
Yeah, drop. I can't hear you.
Like, I will say though that I think that the black community is much harsher on its trans community than the white community is. I believe that because the white community is so much more of the population, that there's room for there to be larger swaths of allies. Whereas, so I believe it's easier for a white girl to flow through society because of that. I believe that because the black community is so hard on its
One of
LGBTQ.
y'all mute. Poker, or let's say one of y'all got to mute because it's echo.
Oh, Poker's on mute because we're in the
Oh,
same room. Should I go to
okay,
the?
yeah. Okay, go
Uh,
ahead.
because it's so hard, I think they're hard on
I'll
the
go.
black community is hard on us, and so it makes it harder for us to exist in community because our own people don't fuck with us.
Oh, you
I
think the
think
black
But
community is
but
harder?
that's coming from us. But think about it coming from them. It's they people that's making all these laws against trans people. So because we don't walk in their shoes, we don't know really what their experiences are. We can only
no, you're
assume
right.
that we know.
You're
And
right.
and I don't want to go with that because I know when it comes to white people, what I have witnessed and like the few I have, they have mastered it in keeping their shit indoors. By
Hmm.
us as black people, we wants to be seen and wants to see everything and want everybody business on the street. White people know how to, if they go through some shit, you're not gonna know nothing about it. But I done seen trans homeless women just as well as I done seen black
No,
trans
no, no.
homeless women.
That's
You
not
know,
the point I was making is that because they are a larger part of the population, yeah, you got this one administration that's trying to change laws, but you have so many allies and white women and white men in the street saying, no, trans are women. And so you do get much more of that than you do with the black community. They have
yeah,
a
and
much bigger
so do you
ally.
have your aunts and cousins and stuff until one of their own decide that they're trans.
Hmm.
Right, but
Think
even
about
still, even
how even when we walk into like somebody's house, how you'll hear them address one of us as a lady or something, but sometimes they might still address you as him. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? Well, I'm not just talking about you, but I'm just saying like it'd be so easy to accept it when it's someone else and be an
Yeah.
ally for someone else, but when it's one of your own, then it's kind of
right.
like,
But again, even with the LGBTQ period over across all lines,
mm-hmm,
this is just what I've seen, and this is just me being in those environments. Because when I went to school, I was in a mainly white environment, and I was surrounded by a bunch of college folk and how they think and what's going on with them. And again, there just seems to be, whether it's in this generation or whether it's just in general, it seems to be more allyship, more acceptance on the white side. Now, of course, they do have a hard no side, a hard Christian no and a hard yes. Of course, they do. But there's much more room for allyship over there because of not only their numbers, but because, again, I believe, to me, when it comes to white folk are still going to have white folk back.
Hmm.
Absolutely, absolutely.
When it
So
comes to
this,
white folk, they still, regardless of whether they're LGBT, it could be the most Republican thing in the world. That's why they let Caitlyn Jenner come her ass up there. They can be the most Republican thing in the world, but as long as you say the right thing and as long as you still white, they'll bring you right on in. Black people in the LGBTQ people and their LGBTQ are a lot different. The ones who are against it, and because we are such a small community, it seems like there are more against it than not.
So,
But
I was gonna say, well, coming out when I was growing up, okay, you know, Nick Allen is my blood cousin, and he was the one person.
did
Him, huh?
you talking to me still?
No,
this
it's
is
me.
her.
Can you not hear me?
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I thought I was like, somebody else talking.
Yeah,
yeah,
me.
that's Chloe.
Chloe saying something because I can't hear her.
Yes.
You can hear Chloe?
Drop down and
Let
come
me
back
drop out
up.
and go
you
back
see
in.
the circles going around her head, her picture.
Yeah.
That's her talking.
Okay. So my blood cousin is Nick Allen, and he's a little bit older than me. And so I would witness like at family gatherings and stuff like that my grandparents and like the older people in the black side of my family would be in the background like calling him faggots, and just saying all this outrageous, crazy things about him or whatever. And that actually prevented me from wanting to even come out because I was like, it actually stopped me from actually coming out for a long time because I was like, if y'all gonna talk about him like that, I'm the same way, and I can only imagine what y'all would say about me. And so going through that experience, I was just like, girl, how can y'all say this about somebody that's our blood? Like, you know what I'm saying? And I never understood it. I could never get it. Yeah, it kind of baffles me a little bit. Ooh. So she says, oh yeah, that's for sure. They will stick together even if they don't agree. And no shade, I've experienced that as well. On the white side of my family, it was a lot easier for me to come out to them people. When I came out to my mom, my grandma, and my auntie on my white side, they were really accepting. My grandmother said on the phone to me at the age of 16, she was like, "So are you the boy or the girl?" And I was like, "What do you mean?" She said, "So are you doing the fucking or getting fucked?" And I looked at her and I said, "I'm definitely getting fucked." So I mean, but that's just the relationship that we have. I was able to, and they helped me write my little letters because I made a post on Facebook saying I was gay and this is that and the other, and they was okay with it. And I was not on the black side of things. I was not comfortable coming out to them. My daddy found out through my Facebook post. He called me talking about, "You got something you want to tell me?" I said, "I'm sure you saw it on Facebook." It just wasn't a good experience coming out on the black side. White side, baby, cakewalk. No shade.
Mm.
Yeah. And then, like I said, it's just more. And that's not, like I said, that's not to say that they don't have people who are hard, absolutely against it.
Right.
But there is a larger amount of people that are accepting of it, which is why you have so many people walking around in allyship with shirts that say trans women are women. And
And no shade. No, I'm sorry. I don't mean to cut you off. My bad.
Go ahead.
No shade. I also, and it's crazy because I had another experience. Well, I have another experience when it comes to the black and white thing because so my mom is a white woman who, full blown Caucasian woman who grew up in Oklahoma. Her family is from Oklahoma, and so back in that day, like it was not okay for her to be dating no black boys. They didn't know. So me coming up in 95, when I was born, my mom family did not know I was going to be half black until I popped out the womb. Well, prior to her having me, she was in labor, and my dad walked into the delivery room, and my grandmother was like, "Excuse me, sir, you're in the wrong room." And my mama was like, going through contractions and stuff like that. She was like, "No, no, he's no, no, no." He said to her, "No, I'm not. That's my baby's mother," and pointed to my mom, and my grandmother passed out.
Oh my God.
Now, mind you, my grandmother, my great grandma, they grew up on a farm, all this and all that. But my great grandmother told me after years later, she was like, that was the biggest gift to her. That after seeing me, she no longer saw color, but she was raised to see color. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? That's how she grew up to like she felt like the white people were superior to blacks and things of that nature. But she said as soon as my mom gave birth to me, she no longer saw color, which
And
was crazy.
sometimes it does take that for
Yeah.
Yeah,
white people to snap completely out. Some white people are just educated, and some white people
yeah.
just know that,
And they
what.
really can't help it because I mean that's just how they was raised, and you know what I'm saying, like from where they was, and what you call it, that's how she was raised. And so I just took it as a learning experience, and I try to teach my them, you know, it's bigger than color. Like it shouldn't be that deep. But yeah,
I,
I'm sure prior to me being born, they were saying nigga and all this stuff. Like I'm sure that's probably,
yeah.
yeah.
But the newer generations that are coming up, I'm happy about because the young white men that I see coming up now who are speaking
Mhm.
are really, really educated. They've gone back and looked through the history of this country. They've gone back and they looked through. I think the people who are 19 and 20 now
Mhm.
are going to be doing really good when they get our age, and they're going to be running this country really white. I think that if we can replace them motherfuckers
Move.
with the young ones that's coming up, these young
Mhm.
ones coming up are going to be a lot more enlightened, and this country is going to look a lot different, I believe.
Absolutely. That's evolution. That's
Poker, why you keep dropping?
Cause I don't know. I can't hear you.
She still can't hear me.
I can hear you now.
I can't hear her.
Yeah, I think it's a natural part of
I can't hear. I
evolution.
can't hear either of them.
You can't hear none of them? I hear
Nope.
both of them.
Hell no. Remove. Tell them drop and come back. I can't hear neither. I can't hear nothing. No,
Yeah,
not
come
kid. I
on
don't
now.
want to.
Chloe? No, I guess not.
Y'all, okay.
I can hear you,
You got
Shay.
to
You can hear
reiterate. I'm
me?
sorry.
Yes.
I can't
Can
hear
we hear
shit.
each other?
Well,
Mm-mm.
drop and come back, girl.
I
You
hate
can't hear nothing,
StreamYard.
Pat?
StreamYard is really starting to piss me the fuck off.
Who can't hear who?
I can't.
I
I
just
can. I can only hear you. Hold on. Go ahead. Tell them to keep talking. I'm gonna play it through my computer. Go ahead. Keep talking.
Okay. She said y'all keep on talking.
Okay, talk amongst yourselves. Um,
Sorry.
yeah, it seems like it's honestly, I feel like our movement, even though they're trying to silence us, talking about men in sports when they really mean trans women, calling
Mhm.
us men, even though they're doing all of these things to erase us, there's a
Yeah.
community that loves us. There's the men that love us. They couldn't. All they see is trans women. There's men that all they think about is trans women, right? And there's a huge population of these people. Those are the people that are going to make sure, even though it may be quietly behind the scenes, but they're going to make sure we're taken care of.
Not all the time, because some of those same you have to realize the motherfuckers that be getting caught in grinder on these Republican conventions. The ones that be getting caught on grinder be at these Republican conventions. These people will vote against themselves to keep their money. So these same people who swear they love us, they still gonna vote Republican and against our rights because they're voting for their money.
Well, I will
hmm
agree. Money rules everything.
You have no idea how many clients I have that have voted for Trump. How many clients I stop from talking to me about politics before they ruin the session and I put them out.
I just had this
Because
cross dresser over, and he was like a staunch Trump supporter, and we had to stop that conversation too. I said, "You sitting here
yeah,
in all this drag."
right.
I have a black gay friend who is a Trump supporter, and Trump can't do no wrong in his eyes, and y'all know him.
Really?
I don't want to hear it.
Oh, girl,
I
it
would
doesn't
rather
make
not know.
sense.
I'd rather not know who it is.
It's
That
Dwayne.
that's some self hate or something there. That's what that is.
Oh, and you know what? And Dwayne said that to me, and I told him I don't want to talk about
Mm.
it because
Mhm.
that I don't want to. I don't want to even know why. I don't want to talk about it. I can deal without talking about it.
I think
But
a lot of
again,
people. I think a lot of people
you have
wrestle
to
with the.
realize too, because my parents uh, have been friends with a couple. Big old black dude, got this cute little light skinned wife. His wife is what was totally Kamala Harris, but he was Trump, and so collectively they voted for Trump.
Ah, how's that work? We're just gonna go with Trump.
Anyway, they voted for Trump, and
Can y'all hear me?
Yes,
Mhm.
Okay, there we go. Okay, I'm sorry, y'all.
we can't see you.
and
I know you're not going to see me. I'm doing my makeup.
my mama, my daddy, my grandma, all of them sitting up there trying to talk to this man about about this and other. But he's one of the ones who got investments in places and got him a couple of properties. You know what I'm saying? So he's thinking about the money moves that Trump is making. That's why you have ignorant motherfuckers like Snoop and Nelly and Nick Cannon and these goofy motherfuckers who trying to hold on to their bag. So they do stupid shit like put a little note out there for Trump and because they're trying to hold on. The easiest way to turn black people is money, and that's just the truth.
Mhm.
If
That's true.
if they feel like they're gonna vote for their money, they're gonna vote for their money, regardless of whatever they could be. He could be signed into laws that it is legal to kill trans folk. As long as they can keep their money, they'll vote for it.
Mhm.
That's sad.
I guess no. That goes back to
It's just,
survival. Like
but I was about to
they
say
need
it's a real thing, especially if you're a black and done been through surviving. You know what that looks like. You might not always go there, but you at some point you got to do what's best for you, and that's what when we get to talking about age and all that stuff. Like a lot of years because of us being trans and being a part of the community, we have let pass us by when we should have been doing, like Lachey just suggested, saving up. But he's too busy trying to like keep up with the Kardashians and look like this for a good number of followings and all that stuff. And child, it just
So
don't work out in our favor.
would you sacrifice your beauty for your life?
Beauty?
Huh?
Yeah, would you sacrifice all the surgeries and all that stuff in order to make you live longer?
Well,
Would you
yeah.
have not gotten any seal or any boobs or anything like that if that was gonna make you live a longer life?
Of course.
Oh no, I wouldn't have.
I
I
don't
mean,
know
she was
because
still that girl. She was
I don't
still that
know
girl
because I don't know
before.
how long I want to live.
But that would still make
Again,
I
I
I
don't
think
want to be. I first of all don't want to outlive most of the people in my family.
Mhm.
I have a big family, and I know I'm going to outlive the younger ones.
Mhm.
But I don't want. I mean, I know I'm not going to outlive the younger ones.
The older ones.
But I don't want to. I'm going to outlive the older ones, yeah. But I'm not going to outlive the younger ones. But I don't want to get so old to where I have to rely on other people to get around, to eat, to move, to do that. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to get to the point where I have to rely on other people. I want to be gone before then.
And then it also depends on like what was your reasoning for transitioning, like what getting your body and stuff done. Some
Right.
girls wanted boobs or something like that, but then I mean, if you really realize whether your body is done or not, it really don't matter. People in society still gonna look at you the same.
Yeah.
But I feel like if it determined, I mean, because when we get those surgeries, we know it's a possibility the surgery is gonna be a success, or we could lose our life getting these surgeries.
So
Mm.
So
what I'm saying is though, okay, so for instance, when I got my first surgery, it cost 10,000. It was like $9,862. Now
Mhm.
and that was my titties and my life I got done at the same time. I was 21 years old. So what I'm asking is, if I would have known, or say for instance, I was to put that $9,850 into a bank account instead of using it to buy the titties and stuff that I wanted, would y'all do that to live a longer life? If you need the money in the bank, okay, well instead of getting titties, I'm gonna just put it in the bank and I'm gonna live my life how I am.
Okay,
No.
some things I
I,
think are investments that will
mhm.
have a return at some point.
Right. That's what I look at myself as. I
No
look at
shade.
my
but
body.
hers ain't an investment because she ain't even made $500 with her breast.
Girl, bitch, the price of the pussy just went up, girl. No shade.
No, but that's
No,
honestly
I'm just
because
joking.
that's not just investing that's not just an investment as in it's going to make a return, but it's also an investment in your womanhood. I've always felt like a woman, so I wouldn't give that up to live longer. Now, are there things that I bought that I regret buying that I would have not bought and saved that money? Yes, but like if I go back and start over and never touch weed, that would be more than $100,000, I'm sure.
Probably so.
If
Yeah.
I could do that, that would be perfect because my bank account would be fat than a motherfucker right now.
Right.
Yeah,
But
I don't have no habits or anything like that that I just go crazy on.
Girl,
I
wigs,
just
Or have you
all
just
that
corrected
counts.
them?
That big ass house, girl, that counts, girl. Go stay in the shack.
You,
I have five.
well,
I have
you cleaned
four
it up.
kids.
You cleaned it up. So we're in a good
That
place.
that big ass Tahoe you drive, girl, go get you a motherfucking Pinto or go get you a goddamn.
It's okay when Chloe say it.
yeah.
Because I've been telling
I
that girl, I was like, she was
I
about
can't
to
I
block
can't
me.
hear
Girl,
I can't hear.
I told her the downside, she almost blocked me.
Girl, for real?
Yes.
I didn't say I love you.
She said, why you always want me to downsize? I'm like, girl, you can save a few dollars, man.
Yeah, save a couple dollars, girl. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, but I feel you though, because like, what they say, more money, more problems. So, once you get to a certain status, you can't have a nice house and not a nice car.
Right.
Or a nice car and not a nice house.
Yeah, you can.
You pull up.
It's about choices because this motherfuckers that it's millionaires that live on rundown barns and shacks and shit just because they don't spend their money. They let their money sit there and accumulate. You can live bare bones and still be making a whole lot of money.
So us as trans women, do you think that we live for the Joneses?
Hell yeah.
Most of us.
What's it called whenever you do? Okay, it's a certain type of people. It's a group of people that stay like off the grid. What do they call those people? Nomadics or something? It's something that they call them that they kind of live off the grid where you can't reach them, you can't talk to them, but they're stacking. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, there's a name for it.
But that's just it though. You can. A lot of people don't. When you'll find that certain kind of money makes you show off, but a different level of money will make you hide. because
It
a
only
different.
seems it only seems like show off to people that don't have equal is equal to you or okay with where they are in life.
Well,
Yeah, I
no.
don't because
What
to
I mean
me,
show off, I don't mean show off about showing off to other people. What I mean show off is that when they some people have are successful and they wear their success. Some people are successful and they hide their
You would
success.
never know. You would never
You
know
never
that they have
know.
any money.
You
You're
never
basically
know they
saying,
have
fuck
any
who
money.
can tell you successful, bitch. No.
And that's like they
who's
were talking about how
successful?
they caught Bill Gates walking around New York looking like damn near homeless because he, you know what I'm saying? But he's a multi-billionaire. You know what I'm
But he
saying?
was born into that. When you have girls like myself who come from me and Shay, we had this conversation last week. Me and Shay be talking about everything. But when you have girls that come from like not having nothing, sometimes not even plumbing in the house, and being able to like reach certain levels and continue to take steps, and sometimes it might be a step that's too high, but it just to a girl it might seem like flexing, but it's an accomplishment. And I hate that even like even having a conversation about being HIV negative, like me throwing that up, it almost seems like it's a flex or like I'm saying that, oh, because you're HIV positive, you can't celebrate that or it's a downgrade or I accomplished something, but it's just a celebration of something like that. I know what I did, I know the risk that I took, and I know what could have happened. And it's just like it's a celebration to me. But in a lot of spaces, people don't want you to acknowledge that you're HIV negative. You know
I've
what I'm
had that.
saying?
I've had that experience.
And being especially as an advocate and someone who's fights for who also educate people about getting into care or putting people care, it's like almost like a curse when you acknowledge that, oh, I'm
That's not
HIV
my.
negative.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That
And that's terrible. And even like when you like when I got my house and stuff, I had two girls. I'm not gonna name you and Shay name, but they pulled up to my house and they was just like, what the fuck does she do? What the fuck does she do again?
no, no, no,
Instead of
no, no, no,
instead
no,
of
no, no. It wasn't that.
It hurt
I'm
her
trying to
feelings.
figure out.
It hurt her feelings.
I like how is this happening? That's all. Because I did not know you was on like that.
Oh yeah. Ooh.
but bitch, I'm not on like that.
You're living in a $4,000 home. $4,000 or $40,000, $400,000 home.
Girl, just put all her business out there with Lachey, why don't you?
But this is the thing, Shay. You could too if you
Well,
wanted
yeah,
to.
but I'm doing the thing we were talking about earlier, where I'm making wise decisions. I'm driving a 26. My car was $14,000 cash off the lot. I didn't want no car payments. I didn't want to have to deal with all that.
You're
Right?
very
I make decisions because I realize, okay, I'm gonna save my.
Oh wait,
It's
did you
gonna
just
happen
like
later.
$14,000 for the car cash?
But
Yes.
think about it like this, and I always challenge you with this, Shay. You can save all day long, but then again, you don't have kids. If
True.
you go out tomorrow and get hit by a bus, you spent your whole life saving and not living. And I mean, it has its pros and its cons.
We talked about
But
it.
girl, what happens if like something happens to you tomorrow? Who gets your money? And what do you get to do? You actually get the things that you dreamed of? Because that house that I'm living on, I dreamed about that house. And I remember not even really thinking it was a realistic thing. So to be able to walk into something like that, I don't take it for granted. I don't try to flex on nobody, but I just thankful that God seemed fit for me to fit in there. Because if people knew what I did, it just fell in my hand. Shay.
I
It
do.
just fell in my hand.
I think that what you're doing, that was something you did for your mental health and for your and also for the health of your family, which I completely applaud and understand and agree with. I do think some of us girls get caught up in trying to make sure I look like I am the girl that I say that I am, even though like me, you may have it's gonna be some glamour days, it's gonna be some non-glamour days, and I mean whatever. I don't really care about what people think. It's really about me. But some of us don't have that mentality, and so we spending all of our money without thinking about the future.
She talking about me. She talking about me.
I'm talking about our whole community. Our
Yeah.
whole community, like could maybe just think about, okay, maybe let's just put up something. That's all I'm saying. And I think that that's no one would argue
Mhm.
against that, really. I mean,
Or knowing that if you gonna make a purchase like that, knowing that like if something was to happen, that you can go 6 months out and be okay. You know,
You gotta start
so
somewhere. You gotta start somewhere. And I think that
hmm
the more we start thinking, like we get our mind acclimated to the idea, then we start doing it, and it becomes a practice. Every time I make $1, every time I make $10, I'm gonna put two of the 10 up. Like it's simple, and eventually it adds up. So it's just a mindset. But I
Gotta
don't
get
think there's
yourself a
anything
piggy bank.
wrong with.
bitch, if I live in that house 2 months, I just want to be able to say I accomplished it. I did it, and it was possible.
Yes.
Now, if it lasts or if I live and get that car that I want, I just want to be able to say I did it because I remember not thinking that my life was worth anything. You know what I'm saying? Or that I could accomplish anything. And I think we be trying to humble the girls so bad and make them like, girl, no, bitch, live your life. You be that girl because you are you. And what makes another person be able to live this type of lifestyle, but you not be capable of? Everybody done went through some. Look at Tony Burke, all these artists and stuff that got these big houses. They don't have to sell and went bankrupt and everything. Sometimes shit be good, sometimes it don't be good. But girl, have your moment. We be too busy trying to humble people and make them stay afloat when girl, no, have your moment so you can know what that feels like. You know what I'm saying? So you can get your moment because it's not too often where they'll let us get our life. They constantly remind us that we not those girls. We are men tucked wearing dresses. And as sisters and stuff, and y'all know to each one of y'all, I don't care what it is y'all do, how big y'all feel like it is, how small it's. So when y'all do something, I'm right there behind you, like making sure you supporting everything, even if it's to fall out. What I appreciate about my sisters is that y'all don't let me fall too hard. And sometimes, yeah, I do have adventures, and sometimes I know a lot of people have adventures and stuff. But these sister circles is important because if you care about somebody, you love somebody, you're not gonna watch a person fall too hard to where they going all the way back. And y'all have to just just keep uplifting people and just keep pushing people to be their best self, even if they make mistakes or they fall down or something. Don't pull them down. And if a person want to save money and just look at a bank account and not touch the fucking money, let them do it. Like, girl, just think about the girls that are not able to get up there and have that type of money.
And
That's a
absolutely.
flex.
I will say that just watching you and your transition, the fact that you're out there, that's inspiration. It's not, I mean, inspiration for me, and I mean the whole community, just to show that yes, it can be done.
And
Like
it's a battle because, bitch, we not welcomed out there.
if we could do it, if you could do it, then we could do it. That's like, I feel like that's motivation to
It,
me.
It's a battle because you don't really see a lot of trans women in my. Well, I ain't never seen one trans woman in my area, and I don't see too many black people in my area. And when I walk by, first thing they don't really just clock T too often, but after talking a little while, I'm quick to say I'm trans. But then to see a person that's trans and that's raising kids and living like that and being able to keep up with them, I'm opening up the door for so many other people that's coming behind me that's gonna live out there, be out there that they won't have to deal with certain stuff because I can take a lot of shit. You know what I'm saying? So I wasn't even just doing it just because of, and I think a lot of times we have to be mindful when we move certain ways that because our population is so small that we moving not just for us, but we moving for people behind us too. They
Yeah,
probably would never ever see a black ghetto bitch from the south, from South Oak Cliff, graduated from Maceo Smith, live in an area like that. That done had the hoe and stuff like. They probably have never experienced that, but to watch me come from that to now, I'm living in the house, bitch. My house is one of the biggest house on the motherfucking street. It is one of the nicest yards on the motherfucking street. And I'm raising 4 kids by myself. They would have never thought a black trans woman can do that. So people be so caught up in the materialistic shit. Don't even think about that. Think about the moves that's being made by, the other shit that's going on with it. And I think so many times we get so caught up and want to be equal to the next person or have this person bitch, live your fucking life. Do what you
I
gotta
think
do.
I think two
I want to
things
say this though.
can
Hold on.
both be
I want to
true.
say something, and it stood out to me because I want you to remember whenever I was going through the little health scare that I had recently or whatever, and it's crazy because now that I'm thinking about it, you was the only person that was like, "Bitch, you need to go to the hospital," and you actually stopped, packed up what you was doing to come just to take me to the hospital away, and I could have Ubered there or. I could. My mama kept telling me like, "Do I need to come get you? Do I need to get you?" I was like, "No." Poker come to get me like, "I'm okay. I got to ride there." And I just appreciate you being there and dropping what you was doing to take each
Yeah,
other.
we got to keep these relationships and making sure that we support each other and pushing each other and everything because we been knocked down too much.
Yeah.
Get knocked down
So
too much for any little thing. We have to keep being there and being community with each other and making sure, bitch, like I said, live your fucking life. And if you see something wrong with your sister and she might just help your fucking sister out. And I think with social media and all this shit, a lot of us is getting away from that because we getting all these. Everybody want to be the it girl. Loyalty means nothing to nobody no more. People are taking people's life. My little cousin just got sentenced to. Well, he ain't got sentenced yet, but he just got arrested for capital murder. Like, where this come from? Like, why are you so okay with taking somebody's life? And I don't know. I'm
we
all over
going
the
into
place with
different
this,
places
but
now, but let me say
yeah,
this.
yeah. Bring me back, girl.
Two,
'Cause
two things can both be true. Yes, live your life. You ain't gonna die, and you can't when you die. I mean, when you die, you can't take none of the money with you. So yeah, live your life. But also, you have no idea how long God is going to extend that life.
mm-hmm,
You have no idea. We live like we're gonna die tomorrow. And that's what I was telling my son when he was down here.
mm-hmm,
Like you live like you're gonna die tomorrow. Well, all I can think about is today and all I can well, no, because you have children and you need to think about
mm-hmm.
10 years from now. You need to think about 20 years from now, what that's gonna look like, not just for you, but for them. You need to think about yourself 10 years from now. And that's why I tell trans women, especially trans women who are my age and older, we still live in this kind of beauty that we've created and we still live in that, but the fact of the matter is we are getting older, things are
Mm-hmm.
changing, our knees are starting to crack, hip bones are starting to hurt, surgery is going to be required after a while, things are starting to happen. And so even though you want to, yes, live in the moment while you can, but there needs to be a time when you stop living in the moment and start preparing for the future.
Baby, that's why you invest in them kids and put them in good schooling where a lot of opportunities is, honey. It's like you can get on their insurance plans when you get old. I ain't got no money, girl. Baby, I'm 41, honey. And girl, I ain't just was thinking right all the time. We was living in the moment a long time. So, baby, let's get these kids right where they know what's right. And, girl, put auntie took care of you now. Girl, put me on your insurance plan, girl.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
I mean, it's all type of investments around, but you think it's small. You
And
need to think
especially for
big.
those of us who ain't got children, because for those of us who ain't got children, like I said, I don't know what's going to happen to me when I get old. Now I got my baby niece who I just know is going to grow up to be a crazy person, but hopefully, you know, I will have loved on her so much to where she, will be one of the younger people that looks after her old auntie. But at the same time, I don't know that. And I may end up somewhere and being mistreated in a nursing home somewhere. I may be homeless. I don't know. And that's why I say I don't necessarily know how old I want to get. I know that
I
I want
say that, but the crazy part is,
We say
I
this. We
I
say
don't
that.
want them to arrange their life around me in no way. I'm doing this because this is something I want to do. One, because I love doing it. Another one is this is me showing myself that it's possible and I can do it, and me showing my community we can do it.
but
But when
that's
they
why
get
you'll
older,
always
I
have
want
them.
them to be grown and I want them to live their life. I don't want them to feel responsible for me. I want
But
them to
that,
be
but
able.
they,
But
but it doesn't matter. But because you love them that way, they are going to feel
but
responsible.
what's
And if
crazy?
it
That's
happens, it's fine.
What's
and that's
crazy
what's
is
gonna happen, and that's
hold
love, and that's how it's
on.
supposed to be.
Hold on. What's crazy is that as trans women, that's the goal. Instead of finding us a husband that's gonna take care of us the rest of our life and put us up, so we ain't got to worry
Oh,
about
girl,
it.
fuck niggas. I'm
That's
over
what it's
niggas.
about. Bitch, fuck waiting on children to take care of me. I need a husband to go take care of me, baby.
I
That's
don't want to.
And
awesome.
then there's that. And then that's an option. That is a
Yeah, that's the
viable
option,
option.
bitch. Y'all think about the other options, bitch. I'm talking about a husband.
Yes, that's the actual viable option. There are men out there that will support us if we are the person that they're
If
looking
y'all
for.
in the Discord, if y'all in the ether, bitch, reach out to
But
me, bitch.
what does it come with, and how long
I'm
do it
okay. I'm
last?
okay with
Now
it.
that's true. That's true because a lot of times you have to get up and perform, or you have to like as long as you're right and tight and there's nothing new or fresher in their face, they good.
Cause
That
you do get older.
well, hopefully the person will there'll be a genuine affection and attraction, and they'll
Look,
actually want to
we
be
get
there.
older and girls get younger.
This is true. And a lot of times if they're successful, I think we were talking about this on the last show, a lot of times when men are successful at that point, they are a little I don't know, they're very selective with the type of girls that they'll even have in their life even women, they don't just have regular women. They don't want a gold digger. They take their time with it and try to figure out what's the right woman. You right? So they'll do the same thing with trans people. I'm sure.
I think
That's why I started off with talking about legacy and stuff. Because even if I end up breaking a leg or something happening in my health to where I'm in a nursing home and stuff, I can watch everything that I poured into, and I know that my whole life, none of my life, I was selfish. It never was just about me. I was always intentional, and I was always helping another person. I can watch everything I've done grow and blossom and do everything. And the stuff that I done invested in people will live through them, and I can watch it. And if I'm gone, it'll continue to flow through them. You know what I'm saying?
I hear you. The only thing I worry about though with this, I don't know, the way the world is now. I don't know. I think people they only care about like what's now, what's happening today now. Like if you think about like who, like Ruth Bader Ginsburg, she died. Nobody, that's a legacy.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
She barely gets mentioned. Like that woman changed laws, and it just goes to show. Like I mean, you're only people only talk about you while you're here. You're only important while you're young and while you're like. So these like that's why it's kind of important to put money up for yourself and put money up so you can have a pay for your caregiver. Like ultimately, we came in the earth alone. We're gonna leave alone, so we need to be prepared for that.
no
Only
shade.
martyrs
My
are
granny has somebody that comes
remembered
in and takes
forever.
care of her every week, every day.
Only martyrs are remembered forever. That's why we remember Jesus. That's why we remember Martin Luther King. That's why we remember, what's the Jewish lady that hid everybody in the
Oh, Anne
thing.
Frank. Yeah.
Yeah, we know these people because they were martyrs. They gave their lives for other people.
Mm.
When you do that, you are remembered. You know what I'm saying, as a hero and all that. But that's the only legacy in America that seems to be worth anything anymore.
That's a
Because
good point. I never thought about it that way.
I think you just gotta eliminate if you're doing things and moving for people to talk about it. I think you're doing stuff for the wrong reason, but it don't take people to remember you when you know for yourself the change you have made.
yeah, as
That's
long
enough.
as you were loved and there are people who loved you,
Mhm.
you'll be remembered until those people are gone.
It
But you
don't take awards to always let me a legacy award. It don't take all that just to know like your role you have played. Like for me, my role in my community that can never be wiped away. You know what
right.
I'm saying? And I'm just thankful to know that if I don't do nothing else, that I played a part of a community that grew me and poured so much into me.
Hmm.
You know, so I don't think people should just be focused so much when you think about legacy on what's being talked about. It's what continues even when you gone.
Question. What's the one thing that pushed you into wanting to work in community, or what was your trigger that made you realize that was your calling? What was the
Well,
breaking point?
run that back.
I asked what was the one thing that let her know that, hey, this is what I need to do. This is my calling. This is what my purpose. Like, what was it that brought her to community?
It wasn't no one thing. It was my life experience. It kind of just ran into that.
Oh,
It kind of just ran into that because how I am about friendships and how I am about trust and somebody telling me something and me not taking it to the next person. And even when I get mad, not going below the belt, and it just kind of build up to that, and then it just turned into a job. But even at 17, like when it comes to like house rebirth, I was already doing house rebirth at 17 years old.
hmm.
Y'all know Shay, I had efficiency in every young punk that was out or young queen that was out was staying in my house.
Oh wow.
And caregiving and stuff, I'm just a natural caregiving. Like I said, five, like my sister and brother, I used to play mama. You know, it's
Yeah.
just something that happens. It wasn't just one thing
That stuck out to you that was
that
like,
that
hey,
happened. Now, what made me really go full force into it was when I started losing the people I cared about the most,
mm,
and wanting to see something different, and knowing that I had a privilege to have access to people that many people didn't have access to, and people trusted me enough to give me an opportunity. And with that opportunity, I didn't take it for granted. I had to create space and change some stuff around so that the people that I love most won't continue to die or get hurt and experience some of the things they experience.
Hmm.
Yeah, it pushed you to want to do something about the problem.
hmm.
That makes
While
sense.
creating space, because keep in mind, I'm still the little hood ghetto person, trans woman that don't nobody want to be around because she fight a lot. But even with those opportunities, I had to let the people know that when given the right opportunity, change can happen.
No, it definitely can. It most definitely.
You
I think
know,
I think that even then, I remember back whenever I came to the house of rebirth and I did like the facials for everybody or whatever, like just being around everybody and just like that whole environment, it made me look at community a whole different way. Like I never realized that there was such a need for a space for trans girls to be able to like rebirth themselves or kind of like come back into reality. Like and it was needed. It still is needed. Okay.
and
Uh,
we don't get those opportunities. And I'm thinking about like when we thinking about aging and stuff and how much stuff we miss out on because of not being granted those opportunities, be within community and being put against each other and challenging each other, and a girl looking at a girl sideways because she got this and all this stuff instead of celebrating each other. We miss out on a lot of opportunities to be great. Because well, one thing we don't talk about as trans women are how these community, like when let's just say your auntie go buy a house,
mhm.
they throw a whole housewarming gift. Everybody comes to when the baby shower comes in. It's a whole baby shower welcome and everything. The community you have community around you that lifts you up. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And I think a lot of times us as trans people we don't, not my circle because we lift each other up down, but a lot of times we be so stuck in survival that we mess up a lot of relationships
We
that
don't
could
celebrate our
possibly be
wins.
there.
Okay, we don't celebrate our
Hmm.
wins.
Well, we don't celebrate it because when we celebrate, you got somebody on the side of you looking at it as a flex or questioning why. You know what I'm saying? And
Mm-hmm.
it should just be celebrated because if it's just that moment, like we not taught to live in the moment. I mean, we want to be. It's not always smart, but you shouldn't just go crazy and stuff like that and be mindful. Like Shay said, you should plan for the future, but because the future looks so short to us, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
What are you truly planning for?
that's true.
That's the whole trick of it all. God ain't
How
gonna
do we
tell
get
you when
out
he
of this
gonna take you.
mentality?
And you may think I'm living my life, I'm having a good time till I die, but till I die may not be till 95.
That could be till tomorrow. That could be
Because
tomorrow.
then we got people like Auntie Donna, and we got people like G Mama Sherry and Auntie Major that
Mhm.
shows you like, but for a long time we didn't have those people. Those people was quiet. And,
Hmm.
and when you on the street and stuff, you don't have access to knowing those type of people like and seeing. That's why any opportunity I get to bring them out or something like that, I want y'all to see, bitch, we get old too.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Because a lot of the girls, a lot of the times, the older girls get older and start living a step life, or just get to a point to where they so tired of community they don't even want to be bothered. So the younger girls don't actually see that life is possible past 90. I mean, past 80 or
Yeah.
70.
She said 90.
I
Oh,
mean,
because
life is
I got a
definitely
I got
possible.
an auntie that's 90 years old,
Yeah, I was
92.
saying life is possible past 92, honey. Like I said, we don't know when God is gonna take us up out of here. And us thinking we fixing to have, live this quick, fun, fast, short life, and God will slay us and we end up 95 laying around. So it's important to, even though not focus, because of course we have to focus on today and what's going on with today, especially with how hectic things are. But as we get older and we see that we're getting older, things need to start being put into perspective, and we need to start, shifting focus.
Yeah, because we aging.
Speak for yourself, girl.
I
Girl,
I
didn't you
I
age?
I
Didn't you
never
just
s-
age yesterday, bitch?
I never thought about what
Where?
my life would look like at 40, and I'm 41.
Bitch, I'm almost 50. I never thought I would get this far.
Aging where?
I'm grateful and I'm thankful. I'm 31.
Oh, little baby.
Didn't you just age yesterday, bitch?
I'm like, let me put the light in my face. Where?
Mhm.
Yeah, I played, but I seen so many times where my life could have
Nah, for
been
real.
shortened,
No,
and
for real.
being able to make it to 41, and some of those dark nights I remember and stuff is a blessing because I promise you, at 22 through 32, I didn't see myself making it to 40.
I can see
Real
how.
talk. I
I don't
mean,
think
there's
I
so many
did
things that
either.
could take us out. Really, like there's so much.
I didn't think I did either. I don't think I was planning on. I didn't think I thought I was going to live this long.
And that's crazy that we don't even get the luxury to even think that. So yeah, that's why I'm always pushing y'all go out. So the younger, like what you calling, because every time, and I don't see some disrespect, but girls be really appreciating seeing us come out and we look good. We still got our sexy freakum dresses on and stuff. And I hear my auntie Dante say, "Girl, put them boobs up." No, I'm not putting my boobs up. I'm gonna let them show. Cause I'm 41 and them things still there. Now when I gotta cut them off and all that stuff, I'll put them up then. But I want people to embrace their body and to love themselves and I mean with the respect. I'm in the gay spaces, so I ain't really got to deal with all that. I know how when I go to church to put my right blouse on and when I go into work and how to put the right. But when I'm out in the community,
Come as you are.
yeah, I want to come as I am. Or what my sister Shay is a thought.
Yeah.
You already know. Thought it up. Thought it up.
I think age is beautiful, and we don't talk about it in good tense enough.
Mm-hmm.
I
It
think so.
is
I
beautiful.
like.
Like honestly, the older you get a sense of who you are and what you're worth and where
Well,
you're
girl,
going.
go ahead and tell the world you turned 50 this year and quit hiding it, girl. I just don't
Come
I'm
on.
understand.
just now
Why
realizing
are
Just,
the girls trying to
just,
push me?
just think about how pretty you are at 50, girl. It ain't
First of
no
all,
other
if
trans
I
woman
was
look like you at
50, if
50.
I was 50, we'd be in Vegas somewhere or Hawaii or something.
Hello.
50 is gonna be a whole different thing.
Hello. Thank you, because
Shay.
Right,
I'm
right
going
now,
all
I'm
out for
still in my
50.
40s. I'm still in
oh,
my 40s.
okay.
So we going to Vegas. You are still in your 40s, sisters, but we going to Vegas next year.
Okay.
It's gonna be another few more years, but yeah,
Sister, next year we're going to Vegas.
In a couple of
we,
years, we'll be going. Yeah. Yeah.
we,
Yeah.
we got a little while.
Why
We got a
hold
little while.
on to your youth, honey?
Honestly, the world is so youth obsessed. I mean, they treat you like, oh, okay, boomer, like you're not worth nothing. If I was a boomer, that means I was born at the turn of the century. That should be a good thing. Like I'm still alive. Like instead, they looking at like, oh, you're old, you're worthless, you're worth nothing now. When
Right.
You are
I,
such a
I
role model, and just
Y'all
one step into it.
better embrace y'all's cougar lifestyles.
I know that's what I'm saying. My sister is a badass 49-year-old trans woman, and still can out walk in the club and the finest thing up in
I'm
there.
just clapping.
Her
I'm not.
body not out on because I don't see
Nothing. She playing.
some
She playing. She playing. She
I
playing.
see some trans women, and then the fact to even be about to even like where her health and her strength is, her knowledge is, how beautiful she is, how financially sustainable is. Bitch, you are the ideal woman for a younger girl to look up to.
Hmm.
Aw.
But
Yes, ma'am.
we hang on to want to be so youthful and cuckoo and a blonde.
Yeah,
Yeah, sometimes we don't really celebrate that. And sister, I beg you, I be begging you with this year,
I'm trying to take notes.
girl, give us some notes.
Yeah, give me some notes. How do I make
I
it
don't
up?
want to hear. I don't want to hear about no trade and no how we could take cords everything, bitch. Let's talk. Let's talk. Let's have a good one. We talk about
What type of fruit
finances.
diet do we need to be on?
Okay. There's so much. There's so much. Where do we start? That's a whole show.
Look, I don't got compromise. Girl, then look how she walk up in here, y'all.
Yeah. Well, we gotta talk about this costume. We got other things we gonna talk about. Oh, I forgot.
Mhm. Yeah, but I do, sister. I think you're so beautiful. I'm so proud of you.
Girl, likewise.
No, don't, no. Just take it. That's another thing we do. Cause I do it too.
Yeah, it's hard. Girl, I grew up the fat girl. Like,
Did she go out?
What happened?
Did her voice go out?
What happened?
Can y'all hear me?
We can't hear them.
What I'm gonna do with this? You see her give me this big old bra,
I'm trying to hook you up.
sister.
She wants you to pick them titties up from the floor, Poker.
Sister, I can fit your clothes now. We're the same size.
No, hold on, bitch. No, hold on.
That's not what I wanted in the first place. My twin sister.
Poker. She's trying to pick your titties up from the
We're
floor.
not twins, sister. I'm a couple of years younger than I'm just almost a little a decade.
Sisters.
Just a decade younger than you, girl. But I mean, girl, don't get up there.
Sure.
Sister, on the show?
I put on the little kid. I said,
Did you order your tights? Okay, come on, y'all. We got it. Sure.
Where y'all gonna go?
No, we need to be going to strip night tonight to celebrate Adonis with his win, Mr. Wesley. heavy on the west.
Are y'all
Do you want to go out? Because I need to go home and change. I'm gonna put on my freaking dress.
going? Okay.
I'll be naked for you all weekend. Aging and loving your body, honey.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go out with y'all on the Saturday.
You that's we need to talk about that too.
What?
But you want to stay in the house, baby. You need to come out. I want everybody to come out.
Girl, we getting old. We
It
don't want to
don't,
go outside.
it don't have to be a club or something, but we not hide behind closed doors. No, we're not
I
doing
don't
it.
hide, but you bitches like to do things spare of the moment, and I'm not a spare of the moment person. You got to give me some leeway to know, like this little pretty flyer you put up about Saturday. See, I can do that because you're giving me a
Okay,
day
well,
or
fuck it.
two
We
in
have a
advance.
real conversation.
You like
I
you
need
like
you to.
to
I
say,
need
let's
you
go do
to.
something tonight, and I be
Can
like,
you
no,
verify?
girl.
Can you verify my make a personal page? Because I can't. I ain't got no ID, girl, and I'm trying to make money, girl. I can't make no money. Can you get me verified? Give me your ID.
Girl, you got enough mega personal people around us
No,
to
I
get you
don't.
in the.
You
Everybody
know,
used to
I
say
haven't been on Mega Personals in about 5 years
I ain't
because they
telling
will not
you,
let me
girl.
have
You
another account.
guilty. I
girl.
ain't tell you. Why you gotta? Then what they gonna be verifying me? No, girl.
I need to verify, girl. Come on.
I
Girl,
have not been on Mega Personals for 5 years because they will not give me another account.
that is traumatizing to me.
I don't
But
know
girl, if you
what
need me to
they.
do it, I got you, girl. I want you to survive.
I'm trying to survive.
Wait a minute, use your ID, but we need to talk about this off the show.
I know. I know.
I,
Cause girl, what all comes with using your ID, girl? I don't know. I'm just with a girl. I just finally got my driving license back, and I suspended license, and child, you go through some things trying to survive, honey. I finally ain't got no tickets, girl, and the critic is getting up, girl. No, I don't know, bitch. No, let's try. I'm sure we could. Now you just said you be helping all them kids and
Girl,
stuff,
I tried to get my son to do it. He talked about what I look like having my motherfucking ID on some tranny ad. I said, excuse me?
and you need the person to be mixed.
No, it don't gotta look like me. Because
I'm for Cherokee.
you gotta take a picture. You gotta take a picture with the ID
Playing
next to
from laptop QD5GIK8.
y'all was gonna stop acting like y'all above it, girl. Y'all about to piss me off.
Girl, you stay pissed off. Ain't nothing new. You'll be okay.
but look, we have trailed on off. But I think this would be a good and perfect time to start giving some final thoughts on what's
She
happening.
always Miko always trying to cut us off, girl. When the conversation gets good, girl. Bye, y'all. See y'all later, girl.
We ain't having no conversation, bitch. Y'all
I know
just
we just
talking.
I'm stuck with you.
Yeah, we definitely not start. The shade done started getting dread
Oh,
Right, y'all. We just shooting the shit
with
now.
the fur coat.
I really finna go out.
This look okay? Okay, cool.
I'm gonna go to the bookstore because I heard it's a play up there. They got a whole bunch of money here, DJ.
The book style.
Yeah, the bookstore.
Okay.
I ain't gonna tell y'all which one.
Low count.
Girl, go on.
What songs? Okay, go on, wrap it up, Miko, so we got the phone so we can quit. We just randomly talking now.
Yeah. So, but final thoughts on aging, ladies. What do you say, Lachey?
Oh, aging. It's gonna happen.
Yeah.
And no one's immune. I want to age like that when I turn 60. Best thing you could do, try to keep it together, keep it right, and keep it tight. And one step at a time, slow and steady wins the race. I think that's good advice. Yeah, I don't think we need nothing else.
I think that was a good one.
Yeah,
I agree. I think that, you know, like I said before, live in the moment until you get a certain age and start looking towards the future.
and my final thought is, I hope I make it. I hope I can make it. But hey, if I don't make it, make sure y'all here to tell my story.
You gonna make it. Talking about we all make it. You're not gonna break it down.
Look, we are the exact kind of bitches that God will slay and have us living here to 103.
Jesus Christ, I hope not.
Really? I want to do it. I want to live it. Will me out.
No shade. I really can't. I can't wait till I turn gray and white, so I can to my hair turn white for real, so I can really don't have to bleach it no more. So I'm waiting.
I can't wait till my hair turns white so that I can get me a rocking chair and a patio and a couple of cats and sit out and look at everybody crazy.
But they're gonna call you the cat lady.
I don't care.
All I know is I'm gonna All this gonna be so snatched and stretched and pulled.
Come on, Joan Rivers.
Baby, I'm not gonna have no wrinkles. I'm not gonna let it happen.
Yeah.
I'm still, whatever happens. But with the technology, I feel like if you can, might as well, keep it a little tight, keep it a little right. If you can. But then you never just know what you look like when you age.
Girl, okay, well, hold on. A question: What age do we need to go get us a new pussy, a new booty hole? Girl, how old y'all think? Like
A new booty hole.
For you, Courtney, for you, Chloe, and that ass been wore out like it's been wore out. You should have went yesterday.
Damn.
You trying to get an anal rejuvenation?
Yes, God. I need a new.
Yeah, because they say you just dive in her head first.
Bitch, that was you that said they can do that, not me.
I tell you, all you gotta do, Chloe, is go and sit in a tub.
I ain't got no problem. I ain't got no problems down there, baby, because I don't give a fuck. That's supposed to be in her home.
After they sit in a tub full of lemon juice, that'll tighten it back up.
Yeah, let's keep on the show. All right, so wrapping it up.
Okay, so this has been fun, ladies. This has been Transfusion. Everybody who's listening, thank you for joining us in the audience. And feel free to join us next week when we'll be talking about something different. We want to wish Lachey a happy birthday again. Happy birthday.
Thank y'all. Happy birthday to me.
Yeah.
Happy birthday.
And this has been the ladies of Transfusion Radio. Good night, y'all.
Get out of here.